to run Wraith or to not run Wraith? That is the question. That is the question. What's up, your legends? What is up, your legends? The Concise King here, keeping it short, keeping it sweet as always. Sorry for my little dramatic beginning there, but that is the question here in today's video, here in today's guide. How to use Wraith's abilities in Apex Legends Season 8, an ultimate guide, an ultimate how-to guide. I don't care for beginner players, casual players, intermediate players. This guide is for you because let's break it down, y'all. Wraith has had a very interesting season. We got the arrival of Fuse here in the Mayhem season. Not only that, but she's knocked out of the #1 spot by Horizon, the gravity lift expert, guys. So it's really interesting seeing Wraith not be in the spotlight right now so much, guys. Why so? We're diving into that today, of course. Not only just her abilities, we're looking at that increased hitbox, of course, but three most important Wraith factors that we are taking away in today's video is #1, why is Wraith still strong? If you know, you know. #2, when to properly use her abilities. And of course, #3, using Wraith for support? Question mark on that. Tap in, tune in.
The hip, however you don't stop.
Stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Oh, my bad. Sorry, this is just really my song. What do I have to do? Oh, this. The Concise King wanted me to let you guys know he's got a feedback goal of about 15 likes on this video. Yes, that is 15 because wait, hold on, cut the beat, okay? I'm not gonna lie, guys. Moment of transparency here for someone who just started last year. The Concise King has kind of been killing it. He makes pretty solid Apex Legends content, guys, that has actually successfully been able to garner him all of his feedback goals, including stream likes, not to mention high-rated videos under his Apex Legends, guys. Gibraltar, Gibby, Rampart, name it, we will claim it. So if you guys are enjoying the video, if you're new around the blog, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Let Concise know you're here. Sign off in the comments, guys, as he is open to feedback. And in the meantime,
So the hip.
all right, so the first thing I want you guys to know before we get into her abilities, before we get into strength factor #1, you guys need to know what kind of legend Wraith is. Now, she's classified as an offensive legend, and she's known as the Void Walker, which comes with being unpredictable, it comes with being versatile, and it comes with very, very strong decision making, guys. Wraith is able to escape the stickiest of situations, and she's really known for repositioning fights, guys. It's important to understand why she is classified as this offensive legend. Now, being of the fastest one, she's been most popular in the Apex Legends game season after season, holding high win rates alongside even greater pick rates. It's really just difficult to nudge her out of the top tier spot. Now, being that she's one of the fastest, even one of the smallest legends here in the Apex Legends arena, which actually adds to her strength, it brings me to my first, I'm gonna call it Wraith strength factors, okay? #1, why is Wraith still strong? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at her passive, or shall I say passives, okay? The first one is called Voices from the Void, right? Now, the Voices of the Void is her go-to passive. It's the one that you always hear, guys. A voice comes and warns Wraith whenever there is danger around or when danger is approaching.
Reloading. Sniper. Not sure. Going to phase. Not sure. Think there's a sniper in the area. Reloading.
She started the portal.
You're being used on.
Oh, Jay, come on. We don't have time.
It is Wraith telling Wraith, hey, get it together. No, but seriously, it lets you know anytime there's danger near, from an enemy is aiming at you, a sniper aiming at you, someone's about to throw a grenade at you, or they did throw that grenade at you. It's the feeding of information. It's almost like a mental technological tracker, no pun intended, Bloodhound. What's also really handy and supporting about this passive is that she can relay that information to her teammates. And what I like about wielding Wraith, what I think a lot of us like about wielding Wraith, you'll come to find is that of her abilities, it gives her room to create big brain plays, guys. You got to get creative with it. Being alerted means she has the drop on the possible ambush, and if you want to use it in a more offensive way rather than, you know, the casual take cover or wait for that team to try to attack you, a nice tip for a passive is using Wraith as a decoy. I mean, obviously you can't do the Mirage à Trois, but you can definitely go out purposely, put yourself out in the open, get someone to aim at you, get someone to try to let a shot off on you, or just expose their location. Maybe you got a Gibraltar ult waiting for them, maybe you got Bangalore or a crypto EMP ready to go in. It's really about getting creative with those windows of opportunity. Now, her second passive is actually known as a passive perk, and we've seen it on quite a few legends. God, this thing just makes me want to throw up in my mouth every time I say it. It's called low profile, guys. Whew, wow, I did it. It's a passive perk, which we've seen on a lot of our favorite legends, and I do mean our favorite legends and smallest legends. Watson, Wraith, Lifeline. This passive gives these smaller legends a 5% increase to incoming damage. Okay, guys, now we've seen this passive one too many times work great and not so great. Okay, if you take note, you'd notice that this passive perk is really only applied to not just the smallest of legends, but legends that perform well. They're holding pretty high win rates, they're holding pretty high pick rates, guys. They are the go-to legend. So this perk is supposed to be a way to serve as a balancing of these legends. That's why we've seen it on Pathfinder, and Wraith is kind of getting that same approach here with her low profile. Now in Wraith's case, who's seemingly getting the Pathfinder treatment, since the launch of Season 8, according to her profile, Respawn decided to take that Pathfinder balance, right? Increasing Wraith's hitbox slightly, adding just a little bit of weight, as you guys can see here in the photos, a little bit of width, to her torso and her leg area. This essentially just makes Wraith a bit more easier to hit, to take damage, be more susceptible to damage. I remember all of last Season 7, guys. It was almost impossible to catch Wraith with a bullet as she is strafing all of Season 7, guys. Nonetheless, I don't think the increase in her hitboxes ever made her waver from leaving that top tier, that S tier class. Now let's move on over to this tactical, which is what we may also like to call her oh shit button. This is the tactical that completes her, guys. Her tactical is called Into the Void. It's a repositioning tactic, as Wraith is really just a repositioning legend that allows Wraith to avoid all damage traveling through the safety of void space, basically. So you have a cooldown on this tactical of about 25 seconds. This void lasts for about 4 seconds. You are in that void. You are actually using your tactical for about 4 seconds. But with that, prior to that tactical, usage of that tactical comes a 1.25 second animation, guys. This is the most annoying thing that Respawn really probably should fix, should give some attention to when we're talking about Wraith. There's a startup movement speed that's actually slowed 20% when you are using those 1.25 seconds to ready up that tactical and go into that void. Now, once you are in the void, however, you have a 30% speed increase, so you're able to move freely, faster, more than the enemy is as well. You can also see your enemies. I feel like that was actually one of the most recent buffs that they kind of just slid in there with her void prior to, or actually giving us this startup animation delay. At least while in the void, your enemies can see you and you can see your enemies. Your enemies are able to see you with that little whimsy trail that trails you, and you guys should be very open to that. You cannot interact with certain objects while in the void, like doors and enemy traps. Keep that in mind, guys. So many times I've tried to run through a door. However, you can absolutely 100% use a zip line while you are in void. That's good for catching on those jump towers, maybe trying to catch up to your team and maybe void out from being ambushed. Now, guys, if you don't take anything away from today's video, which I hope you do, because that would be very sad for me for putting in all this hard work for you not to take anything away from this video. If you don't take anything away from this video, please listen to this very next section of using Wraith's tactical, because this is probably the most important ability you can use when it comes to Wraith. It's just that when running Wraith, you take a second to focus in on your decision making, which brings me to Wraith strength factor number 2. When to use Wraith's abilities. It's important to know that when using Wraith's tactical, you take into consideration your current fight situation, guys. And what I mean by that is asking yourself before voiding one of these 4 things. And if you can think of more things to ask yourself, ask away, goddammit. Number 1, why am I voiding? It's not always because of low health. No, it's not. Don't lie. Why are you voiding? Number 2, do I have enough health to withstand the startup animation? So many times I will down 2 people on a team. I have 1 more to fight. My team's down, maybe they're out. I have 1 more to fight I don't have the health to use my startup animation, to use my void. That gets me sent back to the lobby even quicker because they have just 2 more bullets, maybe a 3 to put in me, and I'm back to the lobby, baby. Now, number 3, will I be leaving my team disadvantaged? If I void, what's happening to my team? Yes, you still have to worry about that, guys, because Apex Legends, this Battle Royale game, is all about teamwork and making that dream work. It's all about engaging those fights. So if you're a Crypto and you're hopping in your drone the wrong time, if you're Octane and you want to get on your jump pad and dip out and get some health, even though you can self-rejuvenate, if you are Wraith and you just want to simply void out to go heal up, think about how you're leaving your team disadvantaged. The last but not least, number 4, do I know where I'm voiding to? I want to take the time out to say, guys, after considering all of those things before voiding, repositioning doesn't always have to mean retreating. In everyone's case, actually, you know, we're all dipping out to survive. We're dipping out to recover. But what if I told you, in the world of battle royales, never underestimate the power of attention span and working different attack angles. Now let's get to our last and our final Wraith ability / Wraith strength factor. Wraith's ultimate ability. Wraith's ultimate ability is called Dimensional Rift. Now this is the ultimate that I don't see a lot of, I'm going to keep it real, a lot of Wraith mains take advantage of. It might be because it comes with so much heavy decision making, right? It's almost like using a smoke if you're Bangalore. It's like knowing when to set a proper grapple if you're Pathfinder. This is Wraith's biggest button, but it's a huge button that applies not only to her, but to her squad as well. Wraith's Dimensional Portal ability allows for Wraith to link 2 locations with portals for a total of about 1 minute, with anyone being able to travel through. Wraith can travel a total of 75 meters with this portal, but is also determined by her Rift energy. Now that Rift energy does not move, it does not use up energy or drain if Wraith is not moving. I suggest you guys play around with this portal in the firing range a lot, as I do suggest you do it with all of your legends. You learn new things as you play them. Now this portal, it only lasts for about 4 seconds when it's in the ring. Now it should never really be used in the ring, but sometimes, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. There's a 25% speed boost to Wraith while setting up this portal. Now as far as the interaction when it comes to Wraith's portal, the only thing that can really travel through this portal are legends themselves. You cannot put any kind of objects into the portal, such as a Caustic gas trap or a crypto drone or even a Bangalore smoke. With that being said, a final stretch here, my peeps. I would like to pair here when to use Wraith's ability and using Wraith for support, question mark? Now you should use Wraith's portal to reposition, of course. You should use any of her abilities to reposition to get that advantage. Not only you, but your team from harm, guys. Another great way to flank an ongoing fight right before your very eyes. If you're moving into a fight, guys, have an idea of where you can put this nice flanking position so that you can just use it to farm damage. You can use it to peek. Now this technique is really, really good for surviving longer in those ranked arenas, in those ranked matches, guys, where maybe you want to gain that RP. You don't want to just go head first into a fight. And the last but not least, one of the biggest ways I think you can use Wraith ability more properly, and not only that to support your team, but support, which means use the portal to the rescue, guys. You got to bring that baby to port your team out of heavy fire if they're in the middle of an opening, guys. Sometimes I like to let my teammates go into the fight, and then while I feel like they're taking heavy damage while I'm farming from afar, I will get that portal ready, and I'm going to drive that portal right to them. So that way, sometimes it's worked out so much so that as I'm taking that portal to them, my teammates are getting down. By the time they're down, I'm there with that portal. I pull them out. Bada bing, bada boom, we have a revive going. And if I can leave you guys with a tip, actually tying into boarding your team or rifting your team out of that mid fight, once you get them back to the safe side of that portal, throw down some kind of defense. Now, if you don't have a defensive legend on your team, it's always nice to carry a Watson or a Caustic, especially so they can set up those traps in the front of that portal. What I like to carry as a Wraith are a bunch of thermites, baby. It's the idea of setting up some kind of defense, some kind of field of safety when using that portal, because like I said, they can see you using your void. They can also see that whimsy trail of when anyone takes that portal. And guys, that is all that we have on today's Apex Legends. How to use Wraith's ability here in Apex Legends Season 8. guide, the ultimate guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it because I really did enjoy making it. And I feel like all of these tips, guys, just give it a shot. You will see results. You will see your gameplay change using Wraith. She is a legend, the top legend, top offensive legend. She brings the fight to you. She's very versatile and unpredictable. In a really, really great battle royale game, it's really hard to find solo queuable characters, and Wraith is just top notch, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the guide. I hope you guys go ahead and try out some of these tips. I hope you guys go ahead and try and give her abilities a go. She has received some work, but she is still a top tier legend. You know how it go. I thank y'all for the feedback. I thank you guys for the support, and I thank you guys for tapping in. Don't forget, I have that beautiful little like goal of 15 likes on this video, and thank you guys so much for helping me reach all of my other feedback goals. Again, it's the Concise King. I'll see you guys in the next Apex Legends video, in the next Apex Legends live stream, and of course, in the Apex Legends arena. Peace.